Settled next to the Willamette River, Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, a crew looking to make a statement, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. Power football with the run. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Give to the running back. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The handoff to Johnson. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Right back to him on the ground. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer ones.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Williams will pass. He looks that one in nicely. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll leave it with him. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
He's brought down near the 16-yard line. 2nd down.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those offense has arrived. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. He wants it all. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Coming after it. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have 4th down.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Gets it past the marker. The expressway is wide open. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
You want to know why this offense runs the football a lot? Because you got a guy that's top 5 in college football in rushing. You give him the football, and he'll continue to make plays. I imagine they're going to keep feeding him because he keeps putting up productive numbers.
That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. They'll try the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
He's brought down at the 18. 2nd down.
This offense doing business in the red zone. Off play action. The throw. A strike downfield. And it's in for a touchdown.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by 7 over Houston. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
They're trying to get to it. And that pass intercepted. Trying to take it back. Running inside the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
How about this for starting field position? 1st and goal from the 2. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. Williams looking for a man. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's in for the score. Touchdown.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Robinson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Offense getting set for 1st down. Out of the gun to give to the back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. From the gun, the running back has it. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for them.
Man, you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Oh, man, I can't believe this.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here.
Get set, get set. Ankle.
Quarterback checking the play. Moore to the air. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass picked off. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. To the air on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he will house it.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Here comes the offense on second down. Running back searching for a hole. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Here on third down for this offense. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Moore will throw. Using the quick game. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Off play action on first down. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Looking to move it through the air. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
They go to the ground. Working his way and keeping those legs moving, picks up 5 down to the 14.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll go to the air on third and short. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2.
Belly stunner. Cobra.
Moore to the air. It's incomplete. A 4th down stop and the turnover on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
They'll give it to Johnson. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Moves around to clear up the vision. He fires it out to the right. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. Now on 1st down from the 40. Quick pass on the jet motion. Across the 25. Finds the finish line for the touchdown.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's blocked. He's got a chance to take this one back. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. They had the extra point blocked. Now the kickoff unit out there and hoping things go a little smoother. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Moore will throw. Going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They decline the penalty for pass interference, and they'll stand on the results of the play. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this QB's got to find his rhythm. Like he's out of sorts right now. He's out of sync. The ball's not coming out on time. The ball's not in rhythm. Receivers and quarterbacks and tight ends have got to get on the same page, man. This offense has got to get something going positive because they've just been struggling through the air.
A little screen to the running back. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to get the first through the air. Spits it out to the back. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Feeling some heat. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it to the right here. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. Williams will pass. He caught it! And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Fielded in the end zone, it's Robinson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's got the tight end. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Moore to the air. Going deep. And he's got it inside the 35. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Ducks will boot away to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll open the second half on the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
At the 26-yard line. Brings up second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the right. And it's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Ducks! What a catch and run for 6. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of times, too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Williams looking for a man. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The punt team makes its way onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll bring it back. It's Robinson. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that, dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He'll pull it down. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working that left side now. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
If I'm the offensive coordinator right here, man, I'm trying to find some easy gimmies. I'm trying to find a way to make this offense easier right now because everything seems hard. Like last week too, man, just completion percentage is not great. This offense is just not moving like it should, and they got to find some ways to make this thing easier.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Moore will throw. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move. Going for it on 4th down, trailing by double. Throws toward the end zone. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his second interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Now.
Wide receiver shows motion. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Fast motion from the offense. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense.
691, Gators far. Green 25.
Quarterback checking off. They'll throw it on 1st down. He tries to take the top off. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Oregon! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him, run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Buffalo has been able to call its shots offensively. As impressive a performance as I've seen from this group in some time. They're up by 17 over Southern Miss. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First down here for the offense. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. Williams will pass. Fires to the big fella. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends, is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. On the move and looking deep. And he's got it inside the 20. Lean for the wire. Touchdown.
After that amazing performance in Week 1, this offense wasn't content. They felt like they left some plays out on the field, even though they were able to get that win. I feel like they've taken another step. They've raised their intensity level. They've raised their execution. This team is going to be a contender this year. You can just feel it.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll go to the ground. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's looking for a man on second down. Now adjusting. And the ball slipped out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. First down to start the drive after the break. The handoff to Johnson. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Williams looking for a man. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Carr. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll give it to the back. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. He's looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Carr. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Not a chance. Missed it. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right now.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He rifles one deep down the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
It'll be interesting to see how the defense decides to play here in the 4th quarter. Obviously, they have the lead, but you know this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. Right there, though, the defense gave up 4 verts and an explosive play. They got to dial it up.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Defense was right there, but they couldn't stop him from making the catch, and he's got it to the 30.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free. Moore to the air. Quick strike complete. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, they picked up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Looking for the score. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll give it to Johnson. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Backing up on the first 2 plays now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They bring the punter onto the field now. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. Moore will throw. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They give it to him again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously, not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.